It's a Shambuka's podcast coming to you from a secret location in Cork City with Enya
and Owen
as your hosts.
Sometimes Jay.
Alright lads, welcome back to the Shambuka's podcast. As we said in the last few episodes, this came out just to conquer loneliness with COVID and shit like that. John, tell everyone your quick riddle and they'll try and guess what we're going into. To the sea.
My riddle.
Oh, seashells. That thing.
Seashells. No.
She sells seashells.
Seashells. You can't do it.
She sells seashells on the seashore.
Betty bought a bit of butter. But the butter that Betty bought was too bitter. So Betty bought a better bit of butter to make the bitter butter better.
I'm doing the seashells one because it's a hint to what we're talking about. You know? Let's see if we can do it fully. You go as fast as you can though.
She sells seashells on the seashore. What's the rest of
The
it?
shells that she sells are seashells for sure.
Anyway, what are we talking about?
What are we talking about?
Seaspiracy.
Seaspiracy.
The conspiracy.
Or what it should have been called conspiracy.
Yeah.
S-E-A.
Why did they do that?
That's just a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
That would have marketed way better.
Conspiracy. I don't know what it is.
But there's another one called cowspiracy, which is decent. You know?
Seaspiracy.
So they were probably just like, oh, we put the cow for the first one, so
And
we have
what
to
is Seaspiracy, lads?
It's basically, do you know the way everyone was saying that straws are like
it was
wrecking the environment? Like
it was a program on Netflix. It was
Yeah.
like a 1-part program that Netflix are after putting out in the last week, I think. And it's all about the sea.
Yeah, straws account for 0.03% of all the waste in the oceans.
And they tell us it's all of it.
Whenever that kind of trend came out about save the turtles and shit, I wasn't buying it. I was like, what? This sounds like bullshit.
Yeah,
What part of it do you mean though?
Just the whole scale of it, like.
that video of the turtle with the straw up his nose, like a bit gruesome, like, but it's like the straws. I mean, it's just one turtle with one straw. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's not
but
the
the
bigger
same-
picture, like.
No, but at the same time, like we're just the majority of what are we? What are we called again? Like
Mammals.
Citizens. What are we like?
Mammals,
People.
We're just
humans.
fucking normal. No, we're like in the classes.
Civilians.
Yeah, we're just civilians. So like, what the media tells us and the scientists and all that, we just go like.
We
oh,
just
yeah.
believe them, like, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And they're on about straws.
I've heard people say, like, do you know, like, if the lights are on, like, oh, save the polar bears. I've heard people like, no, fuck the polar bears.
It's tough.
Like, imagine.
It's
like,
tough.
They'd say, like, I remember one person, they're like, if you're in Antarctica and you seen a polar bear, that polar bear is going to fucking kill you. Fuck them polar bears.
I know, but at the same time, they can't.
I'm not saying that, but that's what he said, like.
But like, do you know, whatever they tell us, we're going to believe because we're just trying to do better. Do you know what I mean? And like, with the straws, when you do think about it, now we know that was bullshit. But when we don't know, and when we like eating fish and shit like that, it's just handy to believe that we're just fucking, it's loads of straws. How much straws, right? Nido.
Right, go on.
You're on a Nido. Think about now pre-COVID.
What's a Nido?
Saturday night. How much straws are you having?
Personally,
Like I mean like the whole world in one night, like.
or McDonald's every 10 minutes.
Millions.
Exactly. So like when you think of it like that, it's like fuck. There's a lot. So I can see why we fell for it, but it wasn't the truth.
No.
So what is the main problem?
The main plastic
Is
pollution is from fishing.
Fish nets.
Fish nets, discarded fish nets. I think there was some thing in it. It's like, do you know, in a day, like all the fishing nets drawn, or maybe it's all the fishing nets thrown into water every year, can go around the world 500 times.
In how long? A year?
Maybe a
day.
year or less.
No,
I don't know. I
today.
can't remember. Is it a day?
Today, I swear.
It just floats around the ocean. Or like those laps in the same place. What?
No,
Like if
the
you lay them
amount
all
of nets,
out.
If they were laid
Oh,
out,
yes, yes,
covered,
yes.
It would wrap around the world 500 times.
500 times
Yes.
a day. And they were saying the trawlers, is it? They're the worst ones because they're like huge nets that go right to the ground, the sea. So it's pulling up.
It's just annihilating all the sea floor.
Like, see if an alien done that to us, right? Or if like birds done that to us or something, because they're up higher. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, they'd be taking up all our potatoes, all our crops, all our munch.
Like the fucking Brits.
Will be just going.
They're fucking potatoes.
Trawlermen are Brits.
Brits, yeah.
That was a
That was a mess.
that reference at home.
No, but like, it's really
yes.
crazy. And do you know what? I eat chicken, right? I loves me chicken, right? All that stuff. But like, just the thought. And they were saying as well, if we keep eating fish, like, if we keep chilling out eating fish, by
48 maybe, or
48,
something.
45, there's me no more fish in the sea. And no more fish in the sea. Humans won't be alive.
Do you know how I feel about all that? All this, like, fair enough, it's a problem.
Wait, no, 2 seconds actually. I just want to say to people who didn't watch it, and the reason why fish are important, you're like, why you fuck fish? Like,
Go watch it as well, because we're probably not explaining it correct. You should just watch it.
yeah, it's the carbon dioxide, is it?
CO2.
CO2. Did you know that they say, save the Amazon? It takes all the carbon in the world, all this. The Amazon only takes like 5%, whereas
Oh no,
the sea
it's like 80% is taken by the sea.
yeah, 80% is taken from the sea. So no sea, we're suffocating to that.
Yeah. Also, as well, because of the fish swimming in the water, the waves they create like brings down the water temperature. So if there's less fish in the ocean, then the water temperature increases.
So what were you going to say, Joseph?
So if the solution is to stop eating fish, then what are you going to eat? Chicken.
Chicken.
But then there's there's bad stuff in the chicken industry. Then what are you going to eat? Beef. But then you can't eat beef. Then what do you do? Be vegan. You can't really. Vegan still is a lot of fucked up shit.
Yeah, it kills rabbits and
So
shit.
like,
No, but
it's impossible to do anything.
You can't win.
You can't win. Like even like all everything in this room, most 90% of it is from the exploitation of someone in like Bangladesh. Like the clothes we're wearing now, these mics, these phones.
and Joseph's not saying our room in particular.
Oh no.
Like he means
Every room.
everybody's.
Yeah,
It's
like-
not like I have cheap stuff off a certain website that exploits people. Like he's saying in general.
There's no way. Like it's impossible to be like to have a clear conscience. Well, no, you can like, but it's just you can't. There's
It's
no
the sense
being
of doing
good.
better.
Do better.
Yeah.
Right, look, okay. Your argument is fair enough, but it's the same argument, right? Just reducing. Like, do you know, the lights in the house. Why don't you go
switch
to
off the
sleep
light.
every night with all the lights on in the house? Because it's wasteful.
Yeah.
Do you know, it's not good for the planet, like, we all know that.
But like, don't hate the player, hate the game. Like, do you know what I mean?
What's that mean?
It's like if that system, if we can, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but like turning off, keeping all the lights on. Let's say we kept all the lights on in the house. It wouldn't make a difference to anything except for our electricity. But
No, I would make.
I have a question actually. Do you know if a light is on in the room and you're not in the room to observe the light?
is it on?
Is it on?
It is on.
Oh, we're going on this rabbit hole.
It is on, because I was down the drive before and I'd seen the lights on in my room.
But you've seen it, so you.
Yeah.
But it wasn't
Because
in my
you was
room.
being
But
observed.
It wasn't in my room.
But it was being observed. So it
Was
was
the room
on.
there?
Was the house there? If you weren't looking at it.
Doesn't make
Buddy and
sense.
Bess would have been here, so it would have been.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough. That ends
That
that.
argument makes no sense. But like, the thing with the Seaspiracy as well, Joseph, is like, right, you're kind of trying to make a thing out of like vegans and fucking like all that stuff. Take that back. Let's just literally go back to what the fact is. If the sea is empty, which is like honestly predicted by 2050, you're only gonna be 60. Yeah, literally. Will you be even 50?
2060. 21. When?
No, 2050, 2048.
2050.
You're 2000s.
That's 20. That's 27 years.
Fuck, you're gonna be a young man, like.
Fuck.
Fuck, that's actually very close. I thought that was 50 years ahead. I'd be 40 something. Right, anyway. But, right. If that comes to that stage and we keep going at our rate now, there'll be no fish left. And then we'll die from not having good oxygen.
We need to talk as well about the sustainable prints that cans of like fish get and stuff.
What?
It's all lies.
Oh,
So there's like a
blue
blue
tick.
tick saying it's like, oh, it's safe fishing and stuff like that. It's
all-
it's all
all
lies.
So basically, fish are the new bees.
No, they're not the newbies. They've always been more important than the bees.
No, but like as
But
in,
now
like,
we know.
relevance. Like,
Yeah.
do you know, like a few years ago, it was like bees, bees, bees.
And you know,
And I was
there's,
like, oh, fish.
there's a lot of plastic, right? Do you know the stars, right? Up in them stars.
Oh, shit.
How much stars is there?
more than grains of sand or something, isn't there?
For every grain of sand, there's like a million or something.
Right, and then all the
Microplastics.
Plastic
Microplastics.
will go into the water and turn into microplastics, so it's small enough that the fish will just fucking breathe it in when they're swimming, like, right? And there's 5 times the amount of stars in the sky is how much microplastic is in the sea. So if you're eating a bowl of shrimp and it's, do you know now, right? This is what I think is a bit ghost, right? Do you know when you read the back of your fucking packet of prawns, it doesn't say plastic, but
Because it doesn't show up it doesn't show up like if they're.
nah,
Or I suppose it's a different.
put it open, like, do you know, put a microscope in, do you know?
But like, to be fair, it is fucked up.
That make you feel weird. And there's a lot of, what's the thing? Is it magnesium or mercury?
Mercury in fish. Yeah.
There's a lot of mercury.
There's a lot of mercury in tinned fish, isn't it?
And where does omega-3 come from?
Oh, yeah, this is interesting.
Liver,
Of what?
fish.
Naturally, is it?
Incorrect.
Wait.
Omega-3 comes from
A plant which they eat.
plankton, which the fish eats.
So we don't even need to kill the fish to get our omega. We just need to eat plankton.
Fuck it. That would be a smart investment.
It's coming out.
A plankton farm.
Yeah,
Boom.
they're doing it. And do you know what they're doing? They're making shrimp and shit that tastes like it's not
Fish.
shrimp, but it's
It's made
shit
from
that
plants.
tastes like shrimp, but it's from plants.
Sea plants.
Omega stuff. in
Oh,
it.
so it's like, do you know what I know? There's because of the beef, because beef is unsustainable. And
Is it unsustainable? What's that mean?
do you know, like let's say no, this whole field, big area, only like let's say, I don't know, random number 10 cows can fit in it, and it's inefficient really, like.
They said as well, actually, in the video. Sorry to interrupt you, but sustainable doesn't. When
No.
it comes to eating animals, pointless. Like,
Well,
there's no such thing as sustainable eating animals. Do you know? But remember, they talked a lot about Asia. The corruption of Asia and like slavery and the fellow writing "Please help" in the water, people being murdered and all for like shrimp, like, right? Because it's so cheap, whatever, how it works. They actually didn't. Do you know the way, like, we watched that and we thought they were exploiting everything? Not exploiting, sorry. What's the word? We're getting out. That's not exploiting.
Expose.
Exposing, yeah. They were exposing everything. They didn't expose that what's going on in Europe, and it's literally the exact same. So it's like Netflix just on Asia because they could get away with putting that up without someone going over and shooting in the head or something.
But
But it's everywhere. It's not just Asia.
But you know the way,
And governments, they subsidise the cost of fish as well.
yeah.
That's so we can get it cheap.
and
yeah.
they dye your salmon pink. Is it not? In tuna.
Too much fizzy water. Anyway, so beef
This is good.
unsustainable beef. So there's a idea now, and they're starting. Do you know, like you've it sounds mank, but you know, like in Thailand and stuff, you've crickets, you've all these kind of like bugs.
Yeah.
And so if you grind up, and let's say a big fucking batch of crickets, we'll stick with crickets.
Sorry, can I tell you what I'm envisioning? So you go into the shop to get a grinder, you go into bed to get a grinder for your weed, like.
Get a grinder for your crickets.
Yeah, literally.
I've been bust out some crickets into the grinder.
This field outside now.
Some old crickers.
So this field outside, you can put 5 cows in it, and it's a
How
big.
much crickers can you put in it?
You can put a little tiny space. I don't know how small. You can put millions, not millions, a lot of crickets. Compact them down, grind up all the crickets,
Make burgers.
make burgers, good protein, and HBV, high
Can I
biological
ask a
value
question
protein.
Why
What?
are you not doing that?
Why am I not doing it?
Yeah.
Where am I going to buy it in fucking Super Value?
Good point.
But like it's
Good point.
emerging now. Like
That was a really good point there that Joseph just made. You know, the people say, why not? Well, on the other side of that is you can get shit like that. It's just harder. Like, there's a tiny eye. You know,
like Joe, it's like corn. Like Joe, not Joe QURN. Corn.
Corn, yeah.
That's like fungi. Like, and like why?
Is it?
It's a fungi. It's like some sort of a mushroom. that
Oh,
they just
yeah.
grind up and it's the protein in it or something.
that's
It tastes
incredible.
like chicken. And there's a mushroom, I think, and it tastes like chicken or something. But anyway, plankton.
There's that cheese that's cheese, that's different.
Plankton. Then you could do the same. You could do like fish burgers, out of plankton, like you can do like fake beef burgers out of crickets.
Like vegan fish.
No, they were actually talking about that, like, on the thing.
Yeah?
Yeah, like, but I don't know if it was in particular plankton. I think it's a lot of sea plants that they, but it's fucking weird, like, it is so weird because, like, we're constantly being lied to, like.
The world's so fucked.
It is, it's horrible.
It's so horrible.
And look, I'm not trying to put it down on people just listen to us having a chill, but like,
Yeah.
something came on in the news there a while ago. One read it to me. There was you were in the car, Joseph, two fellas went into a shop and like, instead of having a knife or something, they were just using heroin
syringes.
Syringes, like.
That's so disgusting, like.
Fuck, like. This epidemic now is like goosing people up, like.
No, but like, do you know what I've been thinking about lately? So all this stuff about fleecing the oceans, fucking deforestation, essentially it boils down to capitalism. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
it
just
does.
full-blown profit, money is king, money.
Yeah.
But what's the alternative to capitalism?
The alternative is our ad coming right now. This episode is proudly sponsored by MT Fitness. MT Fitness is a personal training gym based in Blackpool, Cork. He's focused on health, mindset and well-being. He's opened a new personal boutique gym that was just finished during COVID, so it's literally brand new. We would never promote something that we didn't believe in. Mark, the owner of MT Fitness, prides himself in customising a programme just for you. He has started a programme called MTID. We're not assholes, we wouldn't be plugging a gym if he wasn't doing online plans throughout lockdown.
Why wait to prioritise your mental health or physical health? Get a head start while we have more spare time. It doesn't matter if you have a clue about health or fitness. Americanist employees are most non-judgmental and helpful people we know. We really recommend following his Instagram at MT Fitness Cork. On screen now, looking at his testimonials, we won't see any more. Look for yourself, Joseph says.
Don't judge him on his winners, judge him on his losers. Because he has so few.
Why are you reading it like you're reading like a paragraph in his history book in school?
It's like he's doing confirmation. He's saying, on the chair,
Go on, what's his number?
Or message or ring at
Say
085
it slowly now because we were typing them in.
085 738 4657. And back to the episode.
No,
I think it's okay.
That's it.
Let's just go over and watch it together. Why is it you pretended you were nervous?
I was.
Go on anyway, what were you saying about
So,
capitalism?
capitalism, basically all this exploitation in the seas, forests, all over the world, the oil.
Can I do my hot take? That I was on
After my hot take.
Alright, go on. Oh, is this hot take?
It's not really not
All
really.
right, go on.
It's not really hot take, but it all boils down to capitalism, because profit. What profit is the main driving force?
Yes, more.
So, but what's the alternative to capitalism? Communism. And that doesn't work. That's exploitation, but
Sounds grand on paper, like, isn't it?
it's capitalism. So, capitalism is exploitation, but the third world is getting exploited. We're not really getting exploited. The boys.
Sorry, 2 seconds there. I'm not trying to be rude. I really want to hear what you have to say. Will you look up the definition of, and we'll say it in a minute when you're done telling us, because I don't think a lot of people know. Capitalism, what's the other one?
Communism.
Communism, and what's the one that
Or
I think
suppose
is going on at the minute?
Throwing socialism as well. Totalitarianism.
Definition of what?
You have a few.
Yeah.
So we want communism, we want
Capitalism.
capitalism, socialism, and tell us when the last one's in. Because that's the one that so Joseph is going to explain these in his way, because I know people love the way Joseph explains stuff, and then I'll get the simpler term for people who work like me, and then I'll say the thing that I think is literally going on with us now in Ireland with COVID.
Okay, so capitalism. In order for capitalism to work, it needs exploitation of the third world. Like, for example, sweatshops in Bangladesh.
Wow.
Kids in mines.
And are we capitalism?
We're capitalist as fuck. Kids in mines in fucking Ghana or whatever. But then that's
I don't
bad.
like that. That's really bad.
Like look at all this shit. Like all these are from mines in fucking Uganda or whatever. But then you have communism. It's not just the third world getting exploited. It's everyone is getting exploited by one fella. Like North Korea job.
Worse
like.
again. Yeah.
So like there's no winning. Do you know what I mean? The world's fucked because of capitalism, but what's What's the alternative?
Socialism, what's that?
Socialism is kind of a balance, but sometimes that doesn't work. Sometimes it kind of does.
Socialism sounds quite nice.
Socialism.
So the definition of communism is a theory of system of social organisation in which all property is owned by the community and each person contributes and receives according to their ability and needs.
Is that right now, yeah?
No, that's communism.
It's not us. That's North Korea right now.
Now what we
You
have
made
now,
it sound nice.
It sounds
yeah, it's
lovely.
on paper it's like
On
that's
paper,
class.
it's like
Yeah.
fucking yup communism.
That sounded so nice. I
Yeah,
thought that's what
it sounds so
I thought that's
good.
what we have.
It sounds so good. And then look up. Will you do me one thing? Just do me one favour. Look up Pol Pot.
Pol Pot. Oh,
Pol Pot.
I heard of
Yeah.
him.
So communism sounds lovely. Sounds unreal. Then Pol Pot's like, boys.
So communism is everyone chips in.
Yeah.
But that's the simple definition of it.
But then.
But you won nothing then.
Yeah, everyone
That's
chips in.
just-
Everyone chips in.
Okay.
Everyone gets the same.
Because it
everyone
sounds
chips
good.
in.
It sounds good.
How many people did Pol Pot kill? So communism sounds good. So
It does. I like it.
Russia, I'll give you an example. Russia, Animal Farm. If you know Animal Farm preparations, good book. So,
Everyone in the 60s used to read that.
yeah, you the king, the Russian king. He was knocking around with Rasputin. Not a good song. Anyway.
No, they don't know the song. Oh, it's literally actually called Rasputin, isn't it? Oh, sorry.
Anyway, so the
Big,
king,
strong.
capitalism. The king, the Tsar Nicholas II. All up capitalism, capitalism lethal. And there was a lot of poor people in Russia.
Mm-hmm.
And the poor people in Russia was like, fuck this, capitalism isn't working at all. We're still dirt poor, and this king is fucking ruling us. And he's doing us no favours.
Pol Pot killed 2 million people.
Yeah, that's what communism does. Sounds good, but then that happens.
Right, then what's the other ones?
Where are we now?
Capitalism. So then Lenin comes along, boots out the Tsar Nicholas
Did you get all the
II.
definitions on? What are they?
This is capitalism now, an economic and political system which of a country's trade and industry are controlled by private owners for profit rather than by the state.
Yeah,
That's us, isn't it?
more or less, yeah.
Okay. And then what's the socialism?
A political and economic theory of social organisation which advocates that the means of production, distribution and exchange should be owned or regulated by the community as a whole.
Nice.
That's a step down from communism, and it's kind of like a middle ground.
Right, okay. So I was saying and what's the other one that I want to say?
Totalitarianism.
Totalitarianism.
Yeah, just look it up. Don't explain it just yet though, right? So communism, I was talking to Joseph. Joseph, as you know, he goes on a rant as soon as he hears any of those words. And I asked my mum, I was like, Mum, what's communism? And she explained a little bit. She was like, it's when the government control you. And then that, when it's just defined like that, I was like, are we not dealing with that now at the minute with COVID? Like the government are letting you leave this, leave that, whatever. And like me and my mum were on about it, that like communism comes out of someone going into the government, whatever, and saying they're doing stuff for our good. And look, I'm not saying our country is communist. I'm not saying that, but it's behaving in that way at the moment. It really is. But then I asked Joseph, and Joseph said it means like communism is the extreme if they've control over all banks, if they've control over all workplaces. And I said, but don't they? Because if they make vaccines mandatory, that is communism. Isn't it?
The word I'm looking for, is it tyranny?
Tyranny, yeah.
Google that. That's probably what you're going for. It's like when the government gets dark and fucked up and they're like, wait a minute, we need to do something about this.
Yeah.
So it does seem that way. Anyway.
Let's see now whenever we get this one. Because the other Owen's going to read out a different definition after tyranny, and that's what I actually really thought was actually going on. Because Joseph said that, I didn't see the exact definition, but he said it sounds about right.
Tyranny is cruel and oppressive government or ruler.
Kinda.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely impressive. It's definitely cruel. Like salon workers aren't allowed to work. People aren't allowed to earn money. That's cruel. Do you know what I mean?
Kinda, yeah.
Can you read out the one? This is the one now when I said.
They are getting COVID payment.
Which
at the
one?
same time.
But still, they're not allowed to do what they love.
Cruel is a strong word. Like cruel if they got no money.
What's the one that you said actually is
Totalitarian.
Totalitarian.
Yeah, sounds like it.
This is the one that Joseph thinks what's going on in Ireland right now seems most like.
It's a system of government that is centralised and dictatorial and requires complete subservience to the state.
That's literally what's going on.
Yeah, to be fair.
They're saying, we'll get Easter if ye keep staying inside. We'll get Christmas. We'll get, they said last year, we'll get summer.
Yeah.
We'll get Halloween.
If you're very good now for a few months, you'll get something nice there at the end of it, you know. That's what it is, basically. You'll be very good now. Santi's birds are watching.
Yeah.
You know?
Or if you go deeper, it's like we're all saying penance.
Yeah.
Because
That
we
was
fucked up.
Joseph's opinion, actually. Said that
Because
the
you know
other day.
the way Ireland was so Catholic, so shameful.
Yeah.
The church, you know, we have to. Oh, sorry, I sinned.
repent for our sins.
Yeah. So it's like in confession, all the young people went out. They had parties over Christmas, and then they had to go to confession. And Micheál Martin gave them penance then, and they had to go and say their penance.
What do you think?
And now we're punished. We're saying our penance by staying inside our 5k.
But look, right?
But it's not that. It's not the case. It's not the case.
Well, no. Hang on.
It's not everyone else's fault. It's the fucking.
Exactly. Yeah, but like Micheál Martin and stuff are trying to make us think it's our fault. So they are trying to make us feel like we have to give penance.
Yeah.
You know what? And as well, at the same time, Ireland would still be a very Catholic country.
What?
A very Catholic country out of all other countries. I'm not saying we're very high, like it's what one in Wash is a strict Catholic, you know what I mean? But I'm saying it's still high, like there's still churches all over the place.
To be fair, yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And our older generation are still really holy.
Yeah.
And we're the country who's been in the longest lockdown.
Yeah.
So when you put it like that, it is a bit like, because they do come across saying, ye done wrong, ye went out, Christmas, people done too much, and now you have to go down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I suppose then in like Latin American countries, then they're kind of flying it then. They're as Catholic as you can get, and they're kind of just like Mexico. No, they're like COVID. What COVID? They're like, it's not in Mexico.
And are they fine? See, that's the thing. That's the thing, like, you know
Or
what
Florida.
I mean?
Florida, no. They're fucking open. It's like zero restriction, and they're like, yeah, we've like the lowest cases. It's like, do you know?
Because they're not doing tests.
Are you testing anyone?
Yeah, if you're not testing, it's
But
not
you know
there.
what my
Either.
thing is, look, and it's very strict opinion, but it's my opinion. That's what it is at the end of the day. I'm so down for people getting the COVID vaccine. That's their right. That's their call. Whatever you want to do, if you want to protect, whatever, do what you want to do. But if the government, now, this goes out to you,
Micheál Martin.
What's the other thing?
Micheál Martin.
Micheál.
What's the other thing?
Leo.
He's a doctor, not Leo, right?
Lisa.
Two of them I'm talking to, I know. And Mary.
Mary Lou.
She's not saying a word to my Mary, no, at the minute, it's fine, right? But if vaccines come out mandatory, and if they do this thing, they're already saying that if you get the vaccine, you get lesser,
It'll be for travel.
you get more benefits. But if they do a green passport, right, I'm gone. I'm gone out of here. No, I'm saying I'm leaving
How
country.
you going to leave?
What?
You're
No,
not
I'd be allowed to
actually-
leave. You're allowed to leave, like.
Yeah, I suppose.
I'll leave once and I won't come back, like.
Yeah, where are you going to go?
I know where I'm gonna go, I'm not saying on here, like.
I know where you're going to go.
Everyone knows where I'm gonna go. But I'll come back for holidays, whatever, like, if I'm
New
able to.
vaccine.
See, so I'm staying away, because I'm not mandatory getting a vaccine to live a good life, I'm not putting it
Wait,
in the arm.
if it was mandatory, would you get it?
Right, if it wasn't mandatory, maybe. As the years go down and as more information comes out, because that fucking vaccine...
Has there ever been a case where like a vaccine or some sort of jab was like made mandatory by a country? Has that ever happened in history? Like,
I suppose if you're going into the Congo, in the deep darkest jungles of the Congo,
you have to get like
you
malaria
have to
shots
get
and
malaria
stuff.
jabs.
So it's not kind of
It's not out of the It's not out of the ordinary. Like you have to. If you're going to Thailand, you kind of have to get a shot for.
There's no kind of. Like, it has to be have to. That's what we're talking about.
No, but like there's some parts of the world where I think you can't come in unless you have a shot like polio shots or fucking whatever. What's the other ones?
Yeah, but my thing is, look, they're after changing the name of that vaccine that was giving a few people blood clots. Not a lot of people now, like, but look, it was giving young ones blood clots, right? And they didn't actually take it away. They just changed the name of it. But there's a new name now. And if you look up the new name, it literally just says the old one. They just swapped the name.
See, do you know what? I hear all this stuff about people getting adverse side effects from. I don't care.
I seen it first time, like.
No, but like, I don't give a fuck. Like, the amount of people who are like random drug Valium. I'd say if you looked up the amount of people who get fucking adverse side effects off Valium or like Nurofen, it's probably like
fucking
thousands, or probably up in the thousands. Like,
I've gone a few Solbidine panic attacks over the years. Like,
medicine in general fucks people up. Like,
yeah, and that's fine. But I've never been forced to take Nurofen. That's my only thing. And look, as the years go on, and they, like, you see, the COVID vaccine, it skipped animal testing. And look, I'm kind of a bit against animal testing as well, like, but look, in certain things, look, we have to do it. But like, it skipped that. And it's just went straight going up. I think maybe it's done some human testing, but not much, because we're trying to get it out so fast. I want more research, I want more science behind it, and then I might put it in my arm. But if my government come to me, because it is very communistic, for them to tell me what to put in my body and that I have to. And look, if you're a drug addict, if you're shooting up heroin and shit like that, might as well take the fucking risk.
Yeah.
But like, my body's a temple now. I'm sober, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't, nothing like that. I don't take nothing. Like, I take vitamins every day, right? Like, I'm very careful. And like, I really want to know every vitamin I take. I put loads of research into that. And when I put my research into the COVID vaccine, it doesn't seem all nice and dandy. And if it's not all nice and dandy, I don't want to put it in my arm. Because at the same time as well, I'm ghost. I'm allergic to, I've dairy intolerance. I've like hay fever. I fight. And it, like my mum was saying to me, she was like, I need to just stop. But she was like, it's only like 1 in a million people get a reaction to it. And I said, Ma'am, I'd be that 1 in a million. I would. I'm that person. I am, like. And that's why I said I can't do it, you know.
Let's wrap it up here, I suppose.
Leave it here, so.
Will we wrap it up?
Thanks for listening, boys and girls.
Yeah, how long did we make it? Is it gone to 31?
31, yeah.
I got COVID cross, lads. COVID cross. But still, look, we hope LG or COVID loneliness just sit and have chats to us.
I hope you enjoyed. Like, share, tell a friend.
Subscribe.
And we'll see
Follow us on Instagram.
The next episode.
Yes. Peace out.